How many of you think the logical conclusion is for someone to think that I'm mistaken or making this up when I have been making videos for 8 years, 4,000 videos, 10,000 sources, 15 witnesses, dozens of interviews with people that see it my way. The people who knew me best for the last 15 years on record saying that there's nothing wrong with me. One of them even went as far as to say that I'm one of the most normal people that they know. And they lived in the most populated apartment complex in San Jose at the time. And we can go on and on and on, okay? To make a long story short, when the black guy is a brain surgeon's son, with a college degree, doesn't pursue wealth but virtue, and makes 4,000 videos in 8 years, okay? And says white people are harassing me, and he lives in a small white town, in the same state with the Code of Silence and the Rampart Division, and he attended the Officer White protest. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to see that he's telling the truth. And part of white denial is really Babylonian denial, right? Is people who accept Babylon as part of it. And then there's this, the old me, right? How's it going to affect me if I tell the truth? So it's really white cowardice and white denial. And if you look at Dixon White, he says the same thing, He says, stop being a coward. These coward cops, okay? It's white cowardice and white denial. And you see, part of the American spirit, right? This is the white man's land, and this is our culture. Is it really worth preserving a culture of white cowardice here in America? You may as well go to Europe, to a country that actually has some balls or something. You may as well go back and preserve that, Because here, all I see is white denial, white cowardice, and, horrible, horrible lies being played off as quote-unquote white lies. So, do you really expect us to be as cowardly as you are? To willfully put ourselves in a state of denial like you do? And pretend that for the last 5 years, you people weren't discussing amongst yourselves ways to put yourself above me in the martial arts world, including finding someone to beat me. And you couldn't do it. You expect us to be so stupid that we don't see that? That we don't know that? That I needed to say that and spell that out? Fuck's wrong with you people? And fuck's wrong with the people who see it that way? What is a little kid with a black belt to Shaka Zulu? Should he bow to that kid because we live in a Eurasian society? No. Nor should he bow to his master. The only place they can have commonalities is the only logical place: sparring or actual combat. And in a civilized Christian society, I think it's very logical that it must be light contact, light energy. Are you unnatural abominations? Or will you concede my very obvious, straightforward point? And so this video is about the truth and God's blessings versus Babylonian kitten, jealous pussy logic, and Satan's bull, which is created from webs of deceit and false accusations, trying to have a monopoly on the use of force because he's the great murderer and the great thief. So certainly he's affiliated with the banks and their Luciferian doctrine and demonic culture. So they try to slow down my videos to shake my faith when I go back and look at it. Was I just drugged up by them? And was I just tripping? Maybe I'm not as good as I think. Until I timed it. Godspeed. They also attempted to shake the faith of society by confounding the point of a man of God, a great warrior of God. with fast twitch muscles, with energy over flesh. 15 hits from Wilder's boxing range, 1.2 seconds with sparring gloves on camera, on record, while they were fuming, drugging me, and dehydrating me. Satan's bowl, while I am the truth, the great Sagiti. Not only would our African martial arts ancestors not agree with them, let's just say they wouldn't be fucking amused. So it's safe to say, for African martial arts culture, I am very socially normative. And I make no apologies for it. Fuck your sissy Greco-Roman scale. You wrestle on the ground and give each other woodies by rubbing on each other type bitches. The heroic look I have. Remember, Lucifer tries to twist. You know, he's the handsome angel. He likes to make shit seem like, you know, gold or something, you know. So they messed up my hair at the haircuts. They do things with my videos. They drug me and fume me to create a sickly look, you know, to take away from that natural kind of glow. Okay? My connection to God that these pussies are jealous of. You know, they send the misinfo trolls. They use psychiatry. They try to reinforce Babylonian false belief systems and spiritual, you know, schools of thought, quote unquote. The continuity they try to mess up with the dehydration and the drugging the water, right? So then it's harder for me to establish my system and to continue it in the very serious African tradition. And I am Igbo. My people fought in the Biafran War, okay? I am Igbo, so I'm Christian. That's who I am. Fuck who you want me to be. I am a real Christian African martial artist. I'm not a Buddhist Asian martial artist. I'm not a conformist in American martial arts school. I'm not a UFC fighter, which is basically not even a martial arts anyway. It's just someone who applies martial arts. That's like a robot, you know, applying martial arts and saying, it's a martial artist. Is it? Well, a geek might say, it is. No. It is using some application of it. But there is no martial arts without the spirit of war. There is no martial arts without systems and ancient paradigms. You know, it's something else. You know, if a fucking, you know, weirdo uses martial, you know, watches Bruce Lee and does a few kicks while having sex, does that make him a martial artist? Does that make that activity, you know, the highest form of martial arts? Use your fucking head. You know, there's a thin line between a robot doing martial arts, you know, and a UFC fighter. Because it's the same idea, removing the moral code, religion, and so on, and the culture and the intangible heritage and the traditions and so on. Anyway, the mind, body, soul, okay? They try to mess that up, my health, with the drugs, the fuming, the psych meds, okay? Trying to mess up my mind, body, soul connection. Remember, it is the truth, my mind, body, soul connection, my continuity, my connection, my Godspeed, my natural glow, my faith. These are God's blessings. You know, faith in itself not only brings blessings, it's a blessing. You know, when someone in your family has faith in God, for instance, it's a blessing. Then they're not some conformist pussy hiding from my challenge, hiding behind, you know, cops that shoot unarmed black people, hiding behind, you know, military people that bomb innocent, you know, Muslim children in schools and stuff, hiding behind, you know, psyop bitches and pedophiles and criminals and scum like that, while I am in the light, you know. And it says right here, you know, Matthew 10, let's see, 26. So do not be afraid of them, for there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. What I tell you in the dark, speak in the daylight. What is whispered in your ear, proclaim from the roofs. And I'm getting the message out. I'm walking in the light. These bitch-ass niggas hiding behind pedophiles and Babylon's fucking system. You know, like Betty Boop or something. Like some little old bitch. Like Tinkerbell or something. Oh, hoe-ass motherfuckers. bitch-ass niggas, just bitch-ass, detestable abominations, just disgusting cowards that wouldn't last a fraction of a second in actual combat, which martial arts is actually for. Not a fraction of a second. Struck down by Zulu warriors, by Igbo warriors. Next, bitch-ass niggas. So we move on. The identity. Now, fuck your ID card. I know who I am. Fuck your, your liberal science department. I know who the fuck I am. Fuck your ideas about God. I look to nature and I am the natural leader. So fuck you. The only way you even begin to answer the question, who the fuck are you, is from a Babylonian perspective. So fuck off. I rebuke you, Babylon. I rebuke you, Babylon. So I tell the truth, they tell lies. I have the sacred morality. They're moral relativists. I'm the honorable one. They have twists of honor. Oh, honor means making us look good no matter what we do, versus honoring thy father and thy mother, by serving God. Honor means, killing yourself even if it's our fault, versus the truth in honor. Religion versus the bitches who want to destroy religion on record. And of course, my belief system, I believe that my martial artists deserve the most homage, are the most respectable. My Igbo warriors, my culture is the most like mine, So you can't say, well, martial arts is about, being the senior monk at this, temple or this Buddhist temple, right? This Buddhist monastery. No, it's not. That's your system. That's being the top martial artist in your system. If you want to be the best of every system, now it has to be sparring or actual combat. And of course, we know for the same reason I beat him in sparring, I'd outmaneuver him in no time and fucking slice their fucking heads off. So just the thought of them pretending like that's not the case is not the answer. Let's just to make a long story short, it's not the answer for them to go that route. We all know that's bullshit. We all know sparring shows us for the same reason that guy who can outmaneuver you sparring is the same reason he'd kill you in combat. How dare you pretend otherwise, you dishonorable pussies. Anyway, so Satan is the destroyer, and these people are using satanic tactics to destroy the sacred, patriarchal, masculine culture of African martial arts. Thank you.